Good morning. I'm Glenda Boone from Taste and See Marketing and Productions.
Hello, I'm Pat Johnson from Script to Towels by Paget.
Hey, I'm Erica with Beatific Expressions.
Hi, I'm Ruth with Marcy Stream Queen.
And I'm Ledley. I am your jewelry lady.com.
And we would just like to welcome you back to our second day doing Coffee with Glenda and Friends at the Black Heritage Art Show. We are super excited. We thank you so much for those of you that tuned in to watch us on yesterday. We are very grateful for that. And we hope that we were able to enlighten you in some way. We're going to continue our discussion today. We were talking about Black Business Matters. And yesterday we were speaking about the struggles of Black business owners and the need for us to figure out ways by which not only we can get new business, but ways in which we can maintain our business. And today, some things came up about why, as Black consumers, we feel sometimes we cannot do business within our community. And we also talked a little bit about, as Black business owners, why sometimes we have the need to outsource our services to Europeans instead of digging back in and subcontracting other Black business owners. So yesterday's was talking about the struggles. Today we're going to focus on highlighting some of the situations that we're in, and then possibly discussing some solutions. We do want you to be a part of the conversation. So feel free to write in the comments section, leave us some feedback on YouTube so that we can all be a part of this discussion. I promise you, we will, if you ask us questions on YouTube, it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but we will be able to respond to that. We also want to invite you to join us on Mondays. We'll be streaming live very soon. I think our shoot date is February 15th. And we invite you to send us a comment and let us know what your issue is. We'll look at the comments, and based on that, we will contact you and invite you to our show. And in that show, I will answer any questions that you have for an hour and a half. If you missed our intros, you'll learn how Coffee With got started. We only get an hour. The show's platform is only giving us an hour today, but go back to day one and you'll get to see the history on all of us and how this came to be. So I'm not going to belabor our time. I hope that I summarized it pretty good. Erica, I'm going to ask you to step in just to make sure that I'm on cue this morning and this is the topic and what we're supposed to be, and ask you to start off the conversation for us.
Yes, thank you, Glenda. You nailed it perfectly, as always. So we had talked about some of the problems about being Black business owners and some of the solutions that we found looking at outsourcing things that take up a lot of our time that we could outsource to maybe Fiverr or Upwork, or even leveraging people in our space that can help us out when it comes to those jobs that we can hand off to someone else so that we could focus our time and our attention on either gaining new business or coming up with more creative products and services to offer to different individuals. That was just one solution that we had discussed about outsourcing those things that we could so that we could focus our time on continuing to build our business and maintain our business further.
Right. Because we get so caught up in the busyness of business. And as CEOs, somebody's got to be out there drumming up new business. And we get so caught up in the administrative, and because we have to, a lot of times we don't have the income to hire a staff right away. But that doesn't necessarily mean you got to take the time to learn how to do everything. Then you got to take the time to do it. And then that takes the focus off of developing relationships, building and marketing your business. So it is important. So that led to the question of when we go to outsource business, I know this has happened to me, and we really do. I really am trying to be very conscious about of utilizing and spending, creating the economic empowerment within our community. And so we try to outsource within our community. And I'd just like to know before I tune in, if any of you have had that experience where you've outsourced some work to members of our communities, and just, just the stigma or stereotype that, did you get nervous about it? Did you, how compared to outsourcing to Upwork, or which we know charges a double for the money that we use them for. And what type of service did you get as a result of that, of staying within our community, giving a person in our community an opportunity to do the job, compared to outsourcing it to companies that you don't know, or European companies in the past? What was your experience and what were your results? Have any of you done that?
Well, I hired one of my church members to help me with my business. And I was really blessed because I didn't know how to go about or where to find someone to help me when I needed it. So I just happened to be talking to this particular person. And she said, well, Miss Pat, I don't know of anyone, but I think I would like to try it. And I was really blessed because she fit the bill perfectly.
Anyone else have experience working or outsourcing within our community?
I think lately, I was looking for a project to be done, and I knew I could get it done pretty inexpensively, but I wanted to go with our community. And what I found out, and what I think, if we do our research, we may be able to find people that are willing to help. And what I found was someone did, I couldn't afford, no, I didn't want to afford the price because it was way too high for what I wanted to be done. And I was very apologetic, and they were also, but they called me back and said they found a way to get it done at the price I wanted. So I think now we're all working together a little bit better and working with each other. And it's the same, just a couple weeks ago, I ordered something online from a Black lady that has a company with little books you write in and planners. And it was excellent. Her everything and her price point. So I think that we are doing better and research. We're not just saying that's my price, that's all I can do. We're doing our research also, and the companies are doing much better, I found.
Mm-hmm. So do you think that African-American companies' prices are a little bit higher than other people's prices? Is that appearance?
I think sometimes they are, but I think that's because I don't think they just are charging high prices. I think that for their materials and for what they do, they don't have the resources, because to get those low prices, it actually costs money for them to offer us low prices because they have to buy so many and buy so much. So a lot of times I don't think it's because they just want to charge high prices.
Right. I think education is very important as well to consumer when doing business within our community, because we do not get the price breaks that our competitors get. So where you may see something a little bit or a lot cheaper, it's because a lot of times our competitors have better price breaks, they have better relationships. And it's very difficult for small Black business owners to get those type of build those type of relationships, because they're busy doing the busyness of their business. So they don't have the opportunity to go out to Las Vegas or San Francisco and pay $4,000 or $5,000 for this conference to be connected to this person, to be able to go on a golf course and make this deal. That's just not the reality that a small Black business owner starts out with when they're starting up. So as they scale, they are hopefully getting the training and the coaching that they need to make sure that they put those aspects into their budgets, because it is very, very important. Without that, without networking, without business development, without relationship building, your business will not grow. However, and because you're doing everything, a lot of times people are doing everything, consumers, because they don't want to charge you what it's going to cost them to bring somebody in to help them, because they don't want to hear the wrath from their customers saying your prices went up and I can get this cheaper. So a lot of times we're stuck as small business owners. We're very stuck in that mindset. And I know in my case, I have tremendous competition, and it is often compared. It is often compared, and we are often overlooked. And my business is very, very, very niche. And we're often overlooked to people who do not have the experience that we have. So where we are more than competent and capable, it is in that old mindset that we can't do the job because we're small. And so that is something that we have to deal with. You may be a one-man shop, but don't let anybody think you're small.
That's right.
And that's why I never like the term small business, because it makes you think you're not small. Your business is big as BG&E. Your business is as big as Westinghouse. Your business is your business. And, so I'm going to leave that alone because we're not talking about that. I don't want us to get off on a tangent. You got to join our show to get the whole real gist of Coffee with Black Heritage. We said we were going to be nice and we were going to be good for the art show. So I'm going to get off my tangent and move on. Leslie, you want to speak, or somebody else speak who haven't spoken on that? Ruth, what you got to say?
Y'all said it all.
Now, Ruth, this is the second day you done told us we said it all.
Like you said, I understand about the small business thing. It's just your business. And we just trying to do our best, because I can't hire no one to help me, because I have to do it all by myself. But I'm doing it,
One of the problems I think I have in hiring someone is, what do I pay them? I know minimum wage now is going up to $15 an hour.
Exactly.
If they're just starting off, do I start them with $15 an hour?
Yes.
Or do I?
And let me just add, the reason I'm saying it so quick and so emphatically is because that's below their value. If you want your business to be valued, if you're going to ask me to pay $50, $60, $70, $80 for your product, okay, you feel that's the value of your product. If you want me to come work for your company, first of all, you want the best people you could possibly have working for your company, creating your product. And my company, I want the best people. I want people that know what they are doing. Because at the end of the day, the person that's trusting me to do business with, it's on me. So I don't want somebody I'm paying $5 or $7 an hour who could easily call me up and say, I don't feel like coming in today, or I'm not coming in, my mama's sick, or somebody's sick, because that's of no value to them. Now, What is it going to cost the consumer? Because this is how our competitors do it. And this is how our competitors can sell a $5 piece of jewelry that they got from Alibaba somewhere for $117 or $125 because they are putting in all of the costs for them to do it. And then they package it up real pretty. They run all these ads on the internet. They do a commercial on TV. And that's why this $6 piece of jewelry you bought or watch you bought is $125 because they've packaged it up. They've put in all their costs. They put in their profit. It is what it is, which brings us back to the question of when we are a Black business and we tell someone that our product is comparable to our counterparts' product price, they look at us and say, wow, it costs that much. But they will go to Macy's or they will go somewhere else and they will gladly pay it. And why are they paying it? Because of the brand name.
Mhm.
They're paying it because it came from Macy's. So you are not a small business. You are a Macy's.
Mhm.
I don't care how small you are. You could be in your basement. You're a Macy's.
That's right.
That's your mindset.
It
So
is.
yes, if the
That's
price
why
is,
I tell them,
if
save me on those stickers that say, thank you for supporting my small business. I'm not putting that sticker on my package,
right,
because I agree. I don't call my business a small business, even though it is. I'm working too hard, to call it that. And then also, I think, do I really need to hire somebody? I think I need to struggle a little bit more, to get done what I have to get done before I feel I need somebody, but do I really? I think I need to put, in a little bit more work. And also, sometimes we have to put in a little bit more research. I'm with a network marketing company, Paparazzi. If I could say, no, this is not Black owned, but the way it is set up to help everyone, Black, brown, yellow, white, whatever. You can be very successful in this. So you're an independent consultant for Paparazzi, and there are ladies in Paparazzi that have made over $1 million last year in 2020. So it's your business. It's Black owned because if you are Black or if you are white, Indian, Mexican, whatever you are, you're an independent consultant. So that's the way you need to feel. It is your business and you
Right.
can be successful. So you have to think about all of those things too. You don't let anybody say, oh, you work for that company.
right,
You're
right,
doing good with that company. You're
right,
making money. You are eligible to be one of the top people in
right,
that.
right.
So,
And especially in network marketing, that's very, very, people don't understand it. But it's listed, slated to become in the top 10 as far as opportunities in businesses today
yes.
because of the pandemic. So, and because of the internet. So today that's moving towards more social network. It's more social network marketing now because everything is moving towards the internet. And when you get to and network marketing was shunned upon years ago, but now that you have the internet, now it's a big boom. Now everybody trying to find the great, what they turn in a different spin to it now. It's called a social networking company. Look at that as if, I think we talked about this yesterday, a franchise. It's the same concept as McDonald's.
Exactly.
Okay, same
Yep.
thing. It's not going to cost you $50,000 to use that brand name.
Right.
So you're absolutely right, Ledley, in that you have to take the honus, and that's a smart way to get started. When I first got started in business, when I was 18 years old, when I was first introduced to business, I was introduced to business via network. because I didn't have thousands of dollars to buy no franchise. So I figured if I go into the network, all I had to pay was $400, and I could get all of the benefits of the marketing. But if you are not in a network or social network type business, guess what? You still got to do that marketing, because that's all they do for you. They do the marketing, they do the packaging, they are your workforce, Leslie. They're your workforce. So if you don't do it with them, you got to do it on your own. Like Erica said, you got to sit down and you got to figure it out, like Miss Erica and Miss Pat. The good part about that is I believe that every business owner should know every aspect of their company, every single aspect.
Yeah.
So I agree with you, Ledley, in that you might get a staff, but there should be nothing in your business that you personally don't know how to do.
Exactly.
I agree. I agree. And to piggyback off of what you were both saying, as business owners, we have to shift our mindset from that job mentality to putting systems in place, right? So as we're doing everything in our businesses as solopreneurs, and we're seeing how it works, to your point, Glenda, knowing how everything works in our business, we can then develop the systems to put in place so that we can hire out this portion of it over here so it can run seamlessly. All we have to do is train them on how to process our invoices,
Right.
on how to send out those mailers, whether it be email or postal mail or what have you. So, as we're doing those different areas in our business, figure out ways to put the systems in place so that we can go ahead and outsource it and move on to getting the bigger business and letting other people know that, hey, we're Macy's, or,
Right.
we're Nordstrom.
Right. And
And
you might need areas of expertise that you don't have to sit down and learn. Okay. However, you should do research so that when someone gives you a price and you're farming out something, an area of expertise, and they start talking all this language you never heard, you need to be Googling and making sure that you know exactly what it is that you're getting and what you're signing off on, and make sure that aligns with what you want. Because sometimes when you outsource stuff, people will tell you what you need, but it's not really based on what you want, and you don't know that until after it's done.
And one more thing, Glenda, I just wanted to say about my business. I was able to start my business for under $100. And everyone here can get that information at IamYourJewelryLady.com. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Ledley. And we still didn't really talk about, let's just put it out on the table. I want to do business with Black businesses, but fill in the but. I've tried to do business with Black businesses, but Erica.
But sometimes they want a lot for nothing. They're not willing to pay the actual worth and value.
And tell us what type of business you do again.
I do digital and print graphics and messaging for all of your marketing campaigns and your direct mailers and your distribution lists. Yes, we do graphics and as well the stationery to accompany those messaging. Yeah. And so sometimes, people, they don't want to pay the price, or they think that it should be cheaper because we're both Black businesses, or because we have that relationship outside of being business owners. And so sometimes you just have to say, this is the price. But I think to piggyback off of something Ledley said earlier, I think we as business owners, we can't always expect the consumers to always do the research. We also have to do our research as well, because what company may have worked for us a year or two ago, there may be another company out there now that can offer better price points and better solutions. And it may even be better quality products. So I think it's an ever evolving process where we should continue to learn and to grow as well, doing our research on the offerings and the services that we provide.
Right. Of our competitors.
Exactly.
Because and we need to really do that, a better job of that as Black business owners. Sometimes we just put the price we feel we can charge on it. We don't do any research. We don't see what our competitors are doing. And it's out of sync. So sometimes we do have to look, if you're getting a lot of people telling you that, then you got to go back and it's something going on. It ain't just because you're a Black business. It might be something wrong with your pricing structure.
Right.
Okay. All right. I try and I want to do business with Black businesses lately, but.
Well, I think the main thing that I see is the prices, and I think the Black businesses are doing much better because they are looking to different places now where they can scale down their prices and offer us better prices. And they're not like, that's my price, that's it. They're doing, saying, let me check, I'll get back with you. And also, I think we have to also, the consumer has to also think, well, her price is a little bit higher, but why is her price a little bit higher? Like on those planners that I bought, it was so much information in it. So yeah, I could have gone and bought an $18 planner instead of a $50 planner, but her planner had so much information in it. Sometimes we don't look at the product ourselves. We just say it's a planner, I'm not paying.
Right.
We have to look at the product also before we start to say, oh, that's too high, and see what it really is all about.
Right. And that's just like in our case, our business model is after 20 something years of experience and expertise in this area, like the planner lady, the price is the price and there's no negotiation because we are going to give you 150%.
Right.
We're not going to give you 100. We're not going to give you 110. We're going to go over and beyond. And that is of great value. It's of great value to us, but it's of greater value to you. And so because of that, that value comes with a price tag. And so at some point as a business owner, you have to make a decision on, and you have to draw your own line. And you have to understand that the line that you draw is going to mean you're going to cut a lot of people out. However, you stay focused on the people and you do your pricing based on, and you provide the service. And that's the target audience that you go after. Because at a certain point, if you get caught up in that mindset, your business will never scale. It will never scale because we are Macy's.
I like that.
We're Macy's,
Yeah.
striving to be Tiffany's.
Yeah.
No one asked the price of a Tiffany diamond.
No
When they
one.
look at it, and you say Tiffany, no one asked. And what does Tiffany do? They have the greatest clarity diamonds. And they're going to deliver for you. And they replace them lifetime. So that's of value. And once people aren't going to change that mindset, consumers aren't going to change their minds. You're right, Erica. For me, African American consumers, the first and foremost thing they say, how much is it? Before they even take the time to see the presentation, how much is it? And that's a sign for me. When the first thing someone asks me how much it costs, that's a sign for me because I'm a Macy's.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a sign for me that they may not, I may have to offer them another tier because, we're in the business that we have something for everyone. You just won't get Nordstrom. You might get the Nordstrom rack based on your mindset. So yes, You know, we have the Rack and we have Nordstrom. But so we just have to, and I do believe that there is something our businesses can offer something for everyone. We just have to do our homework and make sure they may not be able to get your top shelf, but you might be able to offer them something. And a lot of times when you give them those different types of offerings, they tend to get offended. They don't want the basement, bargain basement, and they tend to go to the top shelf. Ruth, I want and I like and I do deal in Black business, but
I don't know because they are nerve wracking. You know, that's how I feel. You know, why are you gonna come in the store anyway? You think you're gonna get a bargain? No, you're not. You know, this is the price and this is what I set for. And then they turn up to get mad about the situation. You know.
all right. And Miss Pat, I'd
Yeah.
like to do business with Black, but
My thing is, if I do my research and I am confident about my price point, and when I go to sell my products to my customers, I'm pretty secure and I don't have to he and haw about, well, I can take it down a few dollars because I've done my homework. I've looked at my numbers. I know what I put into my business, into making this particular product. So I feel like when I have done all of that, then I know what my target market is. And my target market is not everybody. So I know that I'll be dealing with everyone. So I try to create my designs at different price points so I can negotiate. But when I'm fixed on selling my products and I know that I have looked at everything, I'll just tell them what it is, and that's what it is.
mm-hmm.
So, and a lot of it's creating a brand. People will come to you when they want something that you have. And part of that is your brand. If you create a unique item, if you create something that people will say, well, I like this particular thing because I know Pat can do such and such, then that's my brand. So the person that can't afford my brand is not going to come to me.
Right.
Because they already know it's going to be too much for them.
Right.
So
Absolutely right.
A lot of it has to do with how you create your brand.
You're absolutely right. Your people buy from you, and your brand is so important. And in my case, and then I'll do our final take on this. My clients will tell me, Glenda Boone, the word on the street is when people call and call and check on you, say, Glenda Boone, what's this about Glenda Boone? One client said, all I heard was, man, she good, she good, but you gonna pay. She good, but you gonna pay. And I'm like, well, okay. And what was their response next? And they were like, well, is she worth it? And everybody said, oh yeah, she definitely worth it. But don't call her unless you're gonna pay. And so first I was like, oh my God. When I first heard that, I was like, oh my God, that's not good. Then when I started to realize, and Ledley helped me realize this, that the phone wasn't ringing as often, but when the phone was ringing, I didn't have to sell. Like, it was just like, I heard about you and I want to contract your firm.
Exactly.
This and this. So you're right, Miss Pat. You're right in that area. So, and it took years for me to be right, Leslie? Years for me to get comfortable in that space. So I'm going to take the last take on this, on my take on, I try and I want and I do business with Black businesses, but my pet peeve is I do not haggle on pricing. with Black business because I'm a Black business and I know the issues and the struggles that we have. So when someone tells me their price is not an issue for me. I am very interested in service. If you're going to charge me, and what you got to charge me, because I know being in business that you're not just putting those numbers down there because you want more business. You're putting those numbers down there because that's what you need in order to keep your doors open. So I'm not going to question your price. But if I like your brand, if I like your pitch, which means I'm not buying the graphic card that you have on your website. I am buying the service based on a conversation that I had with you, the relationship that we develop, and the trust that I have in you that you're going to do the job. But I also need to make sure that you do the job right. I need to know that you want to do the job on time. And I need to know you don't need me to help you do the job. Because if you needed me to help you do the job, I could just pay myself and did it myself. So for me, what I found is that we oversell and we underdeliver. And that's what a lot of time hurts our business. And we don't want to face that, but that's the reality. Don't oversell. Because if you oversell, you're going to underdeliver. And then that client, it's not because you was Black. They just not going to use your business no more because they perceive you as providing poor service. Mm-hmm. So that's but I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue to push forward because I know that we can do this. I know that we can create our own economic empowerment community. And we're going to keep hope alive. And we're going to keep pressing forward. And as far as my company goes, I am here committed every week. I am committed to help business owners grow, develop, monetize, and manage their brands. So every Monday from 10 to 11:30, I go live. This panel joins me and we answer any question that any business owner may have. Now, we've learned early on we can't let everybody in the gate. So we do ask that we invite. We try to invite one business person in a week, but you all can join and benefit from that, from our live show. It's every Monday. You can tune in to my YouTube channel, just YouTube Glenda Boone. And we will be on effective Monday. I think it's the third Monday in February, where we will go live. We will invite a business owner on to the panel. Make sure you come with your questions though, y'all, because we only on it for an hour and a half. So make sure you come prepared with questions. And if we can't get the answer, if I can't get the answer for you, my team will get the answer and we will email you, or who knows, you may even get a Facebook call back from us. But we are very committed to making sure that your business grows. You might think you're small, but you actually are. You really are a Macy's. Black Heritage Jar Show, thank you so much for allowing us to have Coffee with Live. We hope that we have been a blessing to your audience. I know that you all have been a blessing to us, and we hope to be invited back next year. Enjoy the rest of the show, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.